Hello and welcome to Off the Square. I'm Curtis Spence, Assistant Athletic Director for NYU Athletics. Today we're in the Brooklyn Athletic Facility in the Skybox and catching up with
Kayleigh Fournier.
Okay. Head Strength and Conditioning Coach. So what I usually do is ask each one of the interviewees to say their name properly, because I tend to mess it up, and then to also tell us any significance to the name, like origin of the name or who you named after.
So my parents were really mean. That name is really hard and complicated. But funny enough, my mom was watching TV while she was getting ready for work one really late night. And she had on like music videos, like top 10. And she fell in love with this song by Marillion. It's called Kayleigh. It's a super 80s song. And I've watched the video and listened to the song, and it is 80s. And I kind of shake my head at my mom and question why she picked it. And my last name Fournier is just French. It's supposed to be pronounced Fournier, and they Americanized it to Fournier. I still lift or exercise around 5 days a week. I look at my diet constantly, make sure that I'm kind of getting a well-balanced diet. I haven't really competed in a while. I think the last time I competed in Olympic lifting was maybe 3 years ago. But me and my part-timers are constantly trying to challenge each other, and I think that's one of the greatest things about my sport is you can constantly challenge yourself to get better, and you never just feel stagnant because there's always a heavier number that you can lift. I think music's a great way to do that. So letting them pick the music so that each team has their own vibe, and you definitely want to cater to that team. So what men's basketball is gonna like is probably not what women's volleyball is gonna like. So you kind of have to, put the music on that team's gonna like, joking around with them, really trying to get to know each athlete so you can interact a little bit better with them so that they know that you care about them as a person rather than just telling them what to do as a coach. In strength and conditioning, I would definitely say my dad was one of the big people who kind of really got me into sports to begin with. Being one of 3 girls, I think one of us had to, kind of be the little boy for my dad. Once I really started getting into the field, I would say my first supervisor for my internships at Holy Cross, his name was Jeff Oliver, and he's the head strength and conditioning coach there. And then my first Olympic lifting coach, Dr. Alan Robinson, both of them were there from the beginning of me getting into this field and gave me some great advice then and continued to give me some really great advice. I would probably tell myself not to argue with my parents so much, and maybe listen to a little bit more of the advice they were giving me back then. I think we all need to take a second and kind of just really appreciate the advice that we didn't necessarily take from our parents that they gave us. And you realize now, looking back at it, like, man, my mom did say that, or my dad said that. Like, man, I wish I had listened to that back then.
Thanks so much for your time.
Oh, no problem.
I really appreciate it. And if we can be of any help over here at Tandem, so we're happy to do so.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in to Off the Square. See you next time.